And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Today, we're going to start off with LCX. And the mystery of LCX, how it just happens to be a crypto that nobody backs. No funding, no government involvement, no businesses helping, just one-man show, right? We're going to go over that one. There's something there with LCX. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around how you run a company, come out of nowhere, and nobody's helping you at all. Very interesting. Okay, there's some big money in this deal, and everybody's playing hush-hush. So that's what we're starting off today's show with. Let me check the first 5 people here. Gio, Thomas, AJ, and Brian, and Gunner. Those are the first 5 that showed up. Then we got Bill. Welcome to the entry-level membership. Joseph Villa Diego. Welcome to the entry-level membership. Eric Goldsmith is here. And let's just take a little peek here. Chris Sharpie. Zoltar, tell us about XCN. We're going over that one. Hulk, I thought you got kidnapped by alien midgets and probed. Oh my God, that would be messed up. All right, I have to go through a disclaimer because I'm going to tell you some stuff, and some of you guys might want to go out and buy this crypto. So my name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I don't know anything about finances. I don't know anything about crypto. In this show, I may tell you to go buy something. Don't do it. In the show, I might tell you to go sell something. Don't do it. Don't do anything on the show. This show is fake. I'm AI. Crypto Hulk's actually asleep right now. I'm taking over the show. Jeff Trailer is back. Just thought I'd let everybody know he's been on vacation. So we can start the show now. Crypto Hooligan, hello everyone. 5 days, and I could not find your live show and other videos. YT is a big piece of shit. Got that right. Go in your settings and find the send feedback button. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to delete the YT app on my... Whoops. I'm going to delete the YT on my phone. You got everybody do this. Delete your YT app on your phone. And after you delete it, what'll pop up is a manage or keep subscription. I just push keep subscription. Let's go ahead and delete that. When we delete this, what we do is it clears out all the bugs. So everybody do that right now. YT hates it when we do this. That's why I do it. Basically on GP. YouTube Music. YouTube Studio. Be about another minute here. So I have something called YouTube Studio, which I just reloaded. Now let me go to my YouTube. I don't allow it to send me notifications. Access the camera, yep. And microphone, yep. Okay, go to video. Allow full access. Okay, everything's hooked up. My bugs are all cleaned out. Before every show... Right, hold on. before every show, I do a lot of drugs. I snort cocaine, inject heroin, pop roofie pills, drink 3 gallons of vodka in about 5 minutes. Oh, and hook up some methamphetamines. That's one of my favorites. So now we got that out of any kind of post video that I do, anything. I'm high. I'm fucking high 24 hours a day. So any kind of advice you get is fucked up. Let's go with the LCX. Interesting. All right. I had highlighted parts of this LCX article, and it appears that looks like overnight the highlighted areas disappeared. So I'll be having to go through. It's not a long article, or the deep dive is not a lot. Okay. LCX. Right off the top, it appears like one guy, whoever this guy is, made LCX exchange. Made the LCX crypto. There's no mention of anybody else really. There was some other guy involved, but when I did another search, that kind of disappeared. There's a guy named Monty. Listen to this name. Monty Metzger, the founder of LCX. Now, we know nothing about this guy. I'm going to do hold on a sec. I'm going to do a search just on him. I had information on him, and then I deleted some stuff. It's interesting. So we got this guy named Monty Metzger, and he started LCX. He began evangelizing blockchain technology and cryptos to global leaders about 2013. So he was talking to a lot of global leaders. I don't know how you just walk up and say, "Hi, global leader. Let's talk about blockchain." So this guy, they're leaving out a lot of things here in this investigation that's done. During this period, Metzger was involved with Digital Leaders Ventures. Now, that's something that I looked up. And let me check something here. We'll get into who that is in a minute. So let's talk about Monty Metzger. He's German. Up. Crypto hog. What's with the German stuff? Now, look, the beginning of look, there's something going on in Germany with probably, I want to say, one of the top 5 richest families of the world. Either they live there or whatever, something's going on. But Germany keeps popping up in all this crypto stuff. All the origins that I seem to see, everything's coming back Germany. So I know something's there. Why? Ripple's first bank partner, Fedor Bank, Germany. After that, the French government bank bought it. All the people at Ripple in the very beginning, the most powerful people, you got the Schwartz family. Then no other channel talks about this. The Schwartz family had a very strong impression of Ripple. You have David Schwartz, Evan Schwartz, Rebecca Schwartz. Nobody talks about that except Crypto Hulk. How do you get 3 Germans? No, this isn't a bar. This isn't a trick question. But how do you get 3 Germans to show up at a crypto company in 2013? And no, there's no surprise or joke answer. Like, I'm literally... And then you got Evan Schwartz and Stefan Thomas. Now, Stefan Thomas is officially German. The other ones are probably Jewish, but have a German last name. Just relating the news to you. But Evan Schwartz and Stefan Thomas, they're the ones that made Codius. That's fucking huge. So a guy with a German last name, probably Jewish, and a guy who is German, Stefan Thomas, they make this thing called Codius. I'm sure all this is just random events. And then you got this German guy here, Monty Metzger. That's a name. Sounds like a used car salesman from like 1975. Ma'am, why don't you come over here and meet our top salesperson over here in Western Texas? His name's Monty Metzger. He's out of Germany. He wants to sell you a station wagon or a creeper van. Do you like small children? Do you have puppies and candy? Well, you're in luck. You're the next creeper. So a guy named Monty Metzger somehow starts talking to world leaders about crypto. We don't know what his qualifications are and all that. We're going to look into this here in just a minute. We have some stuff, but the guy's kind of like a ghost. He hasn't really worked anywhere, just happens to talk to world leaders about crypto. Very interesting. And then he starts his own company and his own exchange, and just like that, out of thin air, right? Okay. This LCX thing, there's something going on, and they're hiding it really, really good. Now, according to this, the guy went to Harvard Business School. Congratulations. If you go to Harvard, generally you're rich. You come from a rich family, or the most successful people, at least. He studied, according to this, executive education. Sounds about right. He has no blockchain experience, according to this, but yet, hold on. So he has a career. It spans over 2 decades with a focus on digital innovation, blockchain, and venture capital. So hold on a second, Crypto Hulk. See where we're getting at here? He's got 20 years career, and it's in digital innovation, blockchain, venture capital. His ventures reflect a pattern of identifying emerging trends in technology and finance. So the guy's got a Harvard business degree in executive education, but he's all about blockchain. Like that's not working. That's not working. So the bullshit meter's going off right away with this. In 1998, it says his first internet company. At 18, Metzger founded an internet startup, though details about its name and success are sparse. Of course, naturally. Everything about this guy, for the important shit that we want to know, is just not there, okay? Just by accident. Now, he ran a global future research consultancy in Munich, Tokyo, Beijing, China, where we got Ripple China, of course, in New York. Sold the company in 2008. He just happened to be a future research consultancy. This thing makes no sense. He's got these weird kind of jobs and offices around the world, and a degree in executive education. Like, that's so bullshit. Like, there's something going on with this. I'm not saying this is a garbage crypto. What I'm saying is this dude is fucking connected, okay? Whoever it is. Because we're never hearing anything about a corporation he's working for, a partnership. No, it's like a one-man show. And he just happens to be consulting world leaders. Okay. This is the bullshit meter's gone off twice already. Digital Leader Ventures. Now, he started a company, which they don't really, if you read this, or if you don't dig deep, he's not getting money from any company, but his own company. Let's continue reading this. This is what I'm like, what? Okay, Digital Leader Ventures, co-founded DLV, a Luxembourg-based venture capital fund. So he's got a company. He's got a degree allegedly from Harvard, and a degree, some kind of degree or something. We hope, God, in executive leadership, but then yet he's all in blockchain and all this shit, but his degree's in nothing what he's in. Okay, I can see that. I got a degree in English and I worked mainly in criminal justice most of my career. Not really related there, but I mean that could work. You could also have a math degree and do the jobs. Well, yeah, you could if you have people skills. So what I'm trying to show is this. This motherfucker has a job or a career in executive education. That's like a generic kind of degree. How the fuck do you do blockchain shit and do all the cryptocurrency, blah, 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 and your degree is in executive leadership? No, I'm sorry. That's not going to work. That'd be like putting me in charge of a nuclear power facility. That would be very bad. Okay, me in charge of a nuclear power facility. I got an English degree. Like, I almost have a psychology and almost a master's in organizational leadership. But let's just go with the degree that I actually have. That's English. How's this fucker degree in some kind of executive whatever it is, and he's doing blockchain shit? You can't. That doesn't work. You'd have to have like a computer science degree, physics, some kind of, I don't know, just something like that, right? Something sciencey. Not like executive education or some shit like that. So I already know something ain't right with this picture. Now, nobody's funded this guy. Who's he working with, right? Who the fuck is he working with? Now, the information I have is very little on this guy because that's how it is. This guy has it to where his name is not all over the place. He's like a ghost. And he's out of Switzerland. And I know the world's most powerful live in Switzerland. So there's something going on here. So there's this mysterious company called Digital Leaders Ventures, which, if you don't know, it's his company. So he's kind of like funding himself. You see what I mean? So while everybody else, not on planet Uranus, while everybody else in the world goes to accelerator startup companies, banks, governments to get money, whatever it is, this guy secretly kind of like starts his own corporation and funds himself. And I'm like, dude, this is so fucking stupid. This is like, okay, let me keep going. Because I'm reading this like, okay, what is going on here? Because I'm calling bullshit all the time on this dude right here. This Gavin, whatever his fucking name is. I don't even remember. I don't even care. So Digital Leaders Ventures co-founded DLV, a Luxembourg-based venture capital fund. That means they pour money into stuff, okay, which is his company. Okay, makes no sense. Normally, you want other people's money because if your company goes under, you don't want to use your money. But here it looks like he's using his money because he's the co-founder of this company. Now, the other guy who's involved with this, I seem to have lost his partner in the mix. His partner started some kind of cell phone company thing or something. It was just kind of weird how this information got ghosted the second time I went to look for it. Just kind of, I couldn't find his partner. I'm like, well, that's weird. I read about his partner, Steve something or other, and then it just kind of couldn't find him again. So anyhow, doesn't surprise me with this. So in 2014, he started a venture capital fund, serving as general partner until 2018, limited partner until 2000. Yeah. Metzger Capital AG holds a partnership at this family office. So now he's got another company as well. So he's got two companies that raise money for startups. Very interesting. He himself has no tech, it appears to be, whatsoever, but yet he's able to preach to government people about crypto. None of this is making sense to Crypto Hulk. The alarms are going off left and right with this guy. He starts an exchange offices in Switzerland and New Delhi, India. So he's probably got a sweatshop in India somewhere. Probably the same Indian people that ripped off Coinbase, or maybe that Coinbase hired offshore. He's probably working with them. Not a big deal. Let's continue. He just happens to start a crypto platform called LCX. And it's going to bridge traditional and decentralized finance. It offers trading, tokenization, and custody, positioning itself as a blockchain bank, while he himself has a degree in executive education. And I don't see anybody helping this guy, right? Okay, not a big deal. Let's keep going. I'm doing the research on this, like, wow, who the fuck's working with this? Is this guy like a one-man show? He's like, he plays the trumpet and he plays the drums. He's also the singer to the band. He finances the band, and he's his own groupie. Oh, let's never mind. I said that. Let's keep going. So, in 2021, LCX obtained 8 blockchain licenses. Well, that's interesting because I'm not reading about any corporation that he started or any of his chief technology officers, or did he hook up with any other fintech companies, or how the fuck did he get qualified to do this shit? Like, I'm seeing nothing, but it's okay because that's what this is about. This is a secret company, and there's some very serious money in here right now. Early partnership with a crypto exchange, but it doesn't list who it is. The Grok is telling me it could be Binance. Could be. It's interesting. Everything's a secret here. He did write a book called Blockchain Banking, The Future of Money and Finance. January 2023, he wrote this book. And the next year, he wrote another book. Imagine that. For a guy that doesn't have a computer degree at all, to writing books about the, quote, $1 trillion asset revolution. Remember how I told you the word evolution, revolution? What do we got right here? Dan Cryptoholic, you know what? You are right. Like, oh, really? Well, thank you. I'm glad you think I'm right. Okay. Means a lot to me. So this dude's writing books the past couple years. Interesting. Didn't know he. Now let's keep going here. He has a podcast. He interviews blockchain leaders like Jimmy Wales from Wikipedia and Lehman Baird from Hedera Hashcraft. HBAR, everybody. Oh, and now he's kind of giving up the goods. So he has a little podcast, and he's got HBAR there. So he's working with them. Oh, now looky here. He's a frequent speaker at the World Economic Forum. That's with the communist Hitler Klaus Schwab guy. Oh, you'll have nothing and you'll be happy. That's pretty scary. If he's at the World Economic Forum, he's mixed up with a lot of bad people. Oh, now look, Davos. He speaks in Davos. That's where all the rich people in the world go to tell themselves where they're going to tell the world to go. Told you, top 5 families of the world. This guy's all mixed in, and they're keeping everything a secret because I basically don't have anything to report to you on this guy, his company, what the fuck he's doing. That there's nothing here at all. I find that very, very interesting. He's active on X. Okay, well, that does me no good at all. Listen to this. In 2023, he positioned LCX Crypto Exchange to lead as a MiCA regulated exchange in Europe. It's leading. How does this guy go from being a ghost to starting up some exchange with no partners that we know of? He's funding himself. He's speaking at like the world conferences at Davos where all these rich people make choices about the world. And then he's leading Europe with his exchange. How the fuck does this? Does this shit even make sense to you? It's not making sense to me, unless I'm in some parallel universe and with a bipolar degree or something. I'm just not understanding this. I feel I'm a person of reasonable intelligence with pretty good research skills, and I'm just finding nothing on this Casper the Friendly Ghost. And all of a sudden now his exchange is MICA certified, marketing crypto assets, and he's leading Europe. He's leading the European exchanges. This deserves a bullshit meter.
That bullshit is toxic. That bullshit is toxic. That bullshit is toxic. That bullshit is toxic.
Okay. Now to the bad news about this. The failed exchange partnership and financial loss raise questions about early judgment through Metzger's pivot to proprietary tech mitigated this. Claims of LCX valuation or market leadership lack independent corroboration, typical of crypto founders promoting their ventures. His heavily World Economic Forum involvement and CBD discussions may attract skepticism from crypto purists who distrust centralized system, though no direct backlash was noted. Corporate clients: BMW, Deutsche Telekom, Mercedes-Benz, Oracle, Vodafone. He's friends with a blockchain author, somebody who writes books about blockchain, and Wikipedia guy, the guy that founded Wikipedia. That's interesting. Now he's partners with ICON Foundation and Animica brands. We read about this the other day with, I can't remember which crypto it was again. Animica brands is pretty connected. He opened his exchange in Liechtenstein. You know, when I first started my crypto show, I talked about Liechtenstein being like some kind of a leader in crypto or something. And here we are 5 years later, and there's Liechtenstein's popping up again. Okay, after reading this, let me see what else evidence I have, because this Liechtenstein guy, like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Let's look at I did another separate background check on this guy. It's not looking good for this guy's background. As far as evidence, like, he might be funded by some billionaires. I'm not seeing companies' names. I'm not seeing anybody's name with this guy. It's very, very different than anything I've ever seen with crypto. No investment companies named. He has no government or contractor ties. Where's this guy getting this money from to run a blockchain company? He has no government contracts, no academic partnerships, nothing. It's just complete ghost with this guy, this LCX Crypto and Exchange. Okay, here's this Digital Leaders Venture. So it's a company that he started. I know he had a friend or something, which it's not showing anymore. This one's showing us he has a business administration and electronic marketing degree. So he's a salesman. A business administration degree just helps you run a business. Electronic marketing, he's a salesman, is what he is, basically. I'm not saying he's dumb. I'm just saying he doesn't have a tech background whatsoever, and he does not have a crew of people with a tech background, and he doesn't have financial abilities coming in to help him. I don't understand any of this shit at all. It makes no fucking sense to me how this guy even survives. So there's a lot of shit missing right here. Okay, I'm going to click out of this. Now, what is interesting, here's what I'm going to show you is interesting. He is friends, or let's say he's partners with Michael Arrington. That came up later in the background check. What's interesting, here's a picture from his X page, his Twitter page. And it shows Brad Garlinghouse right there with like Michael Arrington. Now, I know if you've been in crypto a while, you know that Michael Arrington and Brad Garlinghouse are friends. Good friends. And here we've got pictures of Arrington and Brad Garlinghouse, just so I could show you right here. What we have is this guy from the Swiss that we just studied, Switzerland. He's got these connections. He's got two connections. He's got two connections, and Michael Arrington is one of them. And Y Combinator is the other. Finally, at the end of this little background thing, I find out with this guy that started Y Combinator is he has a business relationship with Michael Arrington, who's Brad Garlinghouse's best friend. So that tells me Ripple is in this project, okay? Doesn't mean that it is. It's just that's my opinion. And he's got Y Combinator. Y Combinator is the startup powerhouse, okay? Y Combinator is widely regarded as the gold standard of startup accelerators. A Silicon Valley institution that has shaped the modern tech ecosystem since 2005. Y Combinator has funded 5,000 startup crypto type programs. It's out of Mountain View. They got Cambridge, Massachusetts. So you got Gary Gensler up in Boston, Massachusetts. Boston. You got Gary up in Boston. So this guy's got connections, and it just briefly sprinkles. He just happens to be friends with Michael Arrington and Y Combinator. This is what I found on this guy. Very hard to find anything. And when I found these two, it makes me believe that he's hooked up with Ripple and Y Combinator, which is the biggest startup for cryptos in the world. Now, I'll check some comments and I'll give you kind of like my opinion on this thing. Okay, so this crypto exchange and this guy and the LCX crypto, I would probably get into it personally, not deep. For me personally, I probably would throw $1,000 at it. That's about it. And the reason why is just because how much solid news did I find with this guy? Almost nothing at all. So, but he's operating this exchange in Switzerland, which I know there's powerful people mixed up in this. He's got the Brad Garlinghouse connection with Y Combinator. There's something going on here. Like, I think maybe even a bunch of rich people are involved in this, and it's like their little pet project or something. So, gosh, this thing is really nothing like I've seen before. I can't quite tell my friend to get involved in a project like this. It's just, you don't have governments involved in it. I don't even know if I'd, you know what? Honestly, I don't even know if I'd touch it myself. Maybe. I might put some money into it. I don't know. I'm just not digging it. I think it's like a test of some sort, or they're testing technology for somebody else. That's kind of like what my feel is with this project. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't touch it. Yeah, it's too anonymous, says Crypto She-Hulk. Like, it's very anonymous. I don't like stuff like that. I can't deep dive anything on. There's nothing there. This is like one of these deep dives that I go in and I come back with nothing. That's pretty rare. So that tells me either there's really nothing there or somebody's covering up this really good. In this case, I'm going to say it's the second one. Somebody's covering up stuff really good. That's what this is. This isn't some broke guy who's a nobody who started some failed. No, this is something that's intentionally covered up because we got nobody else involved in this, really. Like, who's on the fucking team? Who's the CTO? Who's this? Who's that? There's nothing here. I'm a little bit pissed. I did all this research to try to find this guy, and there's nothing here. Sounds like money laundry, somebody says. Dance Girl says that. This project sounds bunk. Like, if I were to try to convince you to buy this thing, and if you did, I'd be the best fucking salesman in the world. If I was going to try to convince you to buy this thing, honestly, I don't want to be on Shark Tank. I wouldn't want to be on Shark Tank to try to sell the sharks this crypto platform, because I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, I can only use Brad Garlinghouse so much and Y Combinator, but it doesn't really. The Y Combinator only showed up in one of the. I did a couple different kind of searches with this. There's nothing. I can't tell you. Me personally, I wouldn't put shit in this. I would not invest any money in this program. After thinking about it, for my final answer, I know that this is something big. Maybe it's a money laundering project. I'm sure the exchange works. I don't know what this guy's use case is for LCX. Like, what's the use case of LCX? Even the investigations I've done didn't really put out a good use case. Like, don't fucking touch this thing. That's what I would tell my best friend, not you, okay? All right. Let's go to the next one. That was a fucking disaster. Yeah, I'm just looking at this guy's kind of like work history. There's really nothing here. I'm going to click out because this Mike Metzger guy is total fake. All right. So whoever told me to look up LCX, don't buy it. All right. Energy Web Token. For the person that told me about Energy Web Token, don't buy it. Energy Web Token. Now, there used to be a show. Now, this article here, I'll let you guys hit the gong for the Gong Show. So in 1970s, there was this talent show. It was like a talent comedy show. And they'd have really bad performers, people that would sing or play the drums or whatever. And you'd have to hit the gong. It's like a big old drum type thing. If somebody was just like really, really bad, you'd have to hit like the gong thing. So let's play the Gong Show, Crypto Hulk style. I'm going to read to you about the token somebody suggested, Energy Web Token. Now, feel free to hit the gong at any time you want, but at least let me get a chance to explain this thing a little bit. But I'm not going to read the whole article. I won't punish you that bad. Let's just see how long we can go before we hit the gong. And then I'll stop, and then I'll tell you my opinion on this crypto. Okay. Energy Web Token is the native crypto of the Energy Web chain, a public enterprise-grade blockchain platform designed to accelerate the energy transition by enabling decentralized, decarbonized, I think I'm going to puke already. Let me continue, and digital energy systems. Below is a detailed background on the banks and stuff that are involved. Okay. 2015, this thing came about. 10 years. So that's a good amount of time, 10 years. The Energy Web Token, the nonprofit organization behind Energy Web, was co-founded by Rocky Mountain Institute and Grid Singularity. Now, who is Rocky Mountain Institute? A US-based think tank. A think tank? Okay. No comment. No, I'm trying to be impartial. Think tank? Okay. Got it. They're focused on energy transition and sustainability. Okay. Providing strategic... They provide strategic and corporate connections. Now, Grid Singularity is an Austrian, not Australian, but Austrian startup specializing in blockchain and smart contract development for the energy sector. Okay. Now, the key people involved in this Energy Web Token thing is Hervé Tuati, not Hervé Villa Sanchez, that little short dude on what that the plane, boss, the plane. Not that little Hervé short dude. I can't remember the name of that show from the early 80s and shit. Fantasy Island. That's it. That little midget dude who runs out. Hey, everybody, the plane is here. The plane. But one of the guys in charge of the Energy Web Token is Hervé Tuati. We'll just call him Tattoo, okay? Just like the guy from the old show. And there's Anna Trebovovich and Ewald Hesse. So far, let's see if anybody's hitting the gong on this. Don't do it now. Somebody says Tattoo. Kinetic Jenergy says, I miss Fantasy Island. The plane, boss. Tattoo, what should we do? Okay, now I'm trying to be impartial. Now, 2 years later in 2017, Energy Web Chain Conceptualization, EWF, began developing the Energy Web Chain, a public blockchain optimized for energy applications using a modified Ethereum code base with a proof of authority. Partnerships, they got Shell, like Shell Oil Company, Centrica, and Engie. That's it. No startup involvements, meaning no companies coming in giving money. 2019, 2 years later, Energy Web Token goes live. Energy Web Token is used to pay for transaction fees, incentivize validators, and support decentralization applications. Unlike many crypto, now listen to this. Unlike many crypto projects, Energy Web EWF did not conduct an initial coin offering. What? Instead, EWT, Energy Web Token, was distributed to organizations contributing to the blockchain's developments. This approach ensured enterprise alignment, but limited public token sales. They had 100 members involved in this. By now we're up to 2019. They had 100 members involved, but still the only one we recognize is Shell Oil Company, and that's it. Funding, it says, funding came primarily from contributors by affiliate members, meaning energy companies. No government got involved in this project. We're up to year 2020, focusing on renewable energy. Okay, this thing is starting to fucking bore me. No investment bank involved. Now we're up to 2022, 3 years ago. Energy EWF, Energy Web Foundation ecosystem grew about 3 years ago to include more global energy players such as Pexapark, which is out of Switzerland, WePower, which is out of Lithuania. Okay, I'm still... Energy Web's technology was reported to power decarbonization solutions like secure data. Okay, this thing is so fucking boring the fuck out of me. I'm not finding anything at all. Okay, I'm sorry to the person that recommended Energy Web Token. Hopefully you did invest in it. And I'm sorry to all of you who had to listen to that, because Energy Web Token like bored the fuck out of me. I'm ready to go back to sleep. Okay. All right. Me personally, I wouldn't touch that shit even if you gave it to me. I wouldn't take Energy Web Token if you paid me to use it. It's just fucking stupid. Let's go to the next token that somebody recommended, Pentagon Chain. (2018) The United States Department of Defense. Starting to sound good, right? The U.S. Department of Defense and related government entities began exploring blockchain technology for secure data management. No specific Pentagon chain project is documented, but the DoD collaborated with government contractors like IBM and Hyperledger, which is Stellar. No direct funding was given for a Pentagon chain. The research shows that this Pentagon chain has nothing to do with the government, never got government funding. More than likely, this is a bogus crypto. Government contracts. Pentagon chain, still no evidence of a specific Pentagon chain project. 2021. Pentagon worked with Simba chain. If you guys find a Simba crypto out there, that is, according to this, a Pentagon-sponsored project crypto. Simba Chain, a blockchain startup that received DoD, Department of Defense contracts to build permissioned blockchains for the military. It was a part of the National Defense Accelerator Network. Oh. Simba Chain was supported by accelerators like the National Defense Accelerator Network. No Pentagon chain is listed. Okay, this whole Pentagon chain thing, there's nothing here that I can find. That's legitimate. I'm sure there's cryptos out there called Pentagon chain. They're probably fucking scams. So Pentagon chain is looking like it's $16. If you go on coinmarketcap.com, looks like they're unhacked. They are unhacked, but there's something called Pentagon chain, but I'm not telling anybody to buy this thing. I haven't studied it. I'm not going to. I've done enough. So that one is a bust. That's a bust as well. I wouldn't touch it. I looked it up, did a couple different areas of search on it, and didn't find anything really of all. Yeah, okay, so let's go to the last one here. Something called KETA. KEETA. KETA was founded in 2022 by Tai Schenk and Roy Keane. And Tai Schenk is a software engineer with a background in crypto payments since his teens. So that's all good. I wonder what he does in his spare time. Eats pizza and plays Jenga with his grandmother or something. Company overview. Based in Santa Monica. Kita is a financial technology company specializing in global payments. It uses a ledger. It doesn't have any startup accelerators helping it. It claims, Kita complains their competition to Western Union, Wise, a company called Wise, used to be called TransferWise. That's what they're calling themselves, but other people are not. So you always got to be careful if somebody says, "Yeah, we're a." Oh, and their competition to Remitly, according to them. So all this stuff is fluff right here. That means nothing. So starting from the beginning of this Kita until now, there's nothing that's interesting me at all. Sure hope you don't got money in it. If it was me, and I'm just talking about myself, I'd pull all my money out of Kita because this shit so far seems worthless. Okay. Now, they had a guy who's a former Google CEO put money and invest in the company. That's good. No banks are investing in this. No government, no schools, no contracts for the governments involved. It's a payment company. Oh, check this out. Kita, listen to this. This is going to make me like throw up. Or I think laugh. This is going to make me laugh. But I'm not going to laugh. Kita's blockchain-based platform is described as a ripple killer. No, what's going to kill me is if I have to listen to this fucking shit anymore about Kita. That's the killer. Reading this fucking shit is going to kill me. Let's move on. Kita is described as a high-performance layer 1. Now listen to this. 10 million transactions per second. Oh, it's fast. That's amazing. Settlement times, 400 millisecond settlement times. That is like faster than anything I've ever heard of. Well, it's got to be fast because nobody's using this platform. That's for damn sure. March 19th, they had a 1,000% surge. Man, we have like two of those. We have like 15Xs at least twice a month on this show, so that doesn't mean shit to me. Kita positions itself as a bridge between traditional finance and DeFi, competing with platforms like Stellar. Okay, there's nothing here with this. This is a nothing burger. They partnered up with a company. So they finally have something here. Something. I'm not saying it's big. I'm just saying they finally have something, whatever something means. They partnered up with a company called Solo. Yeah, because they were riding Solo for like 5 years. A credit. Hold on. Solo is a credit data infrastructure platform supported by 100 banks. The platform competes. Solo has 100 banks they're working with, though Specific banks are not named. This is so much a nothing burger. I don't know who gave me all these cryptos yesterday, but you guys, these are fucking garbage. and that's okay. I don't want you to feel bad unless you purposely wanted to fucking waste my time. Whatever cryptos I got yesterday, that shit was just fucking straight up garbage. All this stuff. Poo-poo, horse poo-poo. Don't put any money. I'm just talking to my friends only. I'm not talking to you guys. I sure hope my friends never put money in these fucking stupid ass cryptos I went over today. Okay. Linda McKinney. A green, my cryptos are pumping. A green. Again, I don't know what you're talking about, but hey, that's a fat donation right there. Thank you very much for that. Tax-free. The government ain't getting shit from that. Neither is YT, those greedy bastards at YT. I'm going to check the comments and wrap this thing up. Okay. What cryptos? I've got Algorand on my list. We got Algorand is what I'm going to do for our next show. What's the next crypto? It's not going to be QU31A. I don't even know what the fuck. Wormhole. We just kind of went over metal the other day, so it might be like a month before I do metal again. Evernode. Okay, let's see if that's a crypto. I know I've heard of that. That is like a platform, I believe. I don't know if they have a crypto or not, Evernode. I'm seeing an Aerodome. Aerodome. Okay. Give me another one. Crypto She-Hulk wrote Monero. Okay, one last one. I'll have 5 just in case a couple of those end up bogus. Internet Computer. CeeLo. It's been a while since I did CeeLo. A long time ago, I talked about CeeLo. Like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Might have been like 3 or something. 3 years ago, I did CeeLo, so I'll do that again. I always did like that one back in the old days. Hold on to that Axelar, Benjamin. Maybe tonight when I get done with tonight's show, try to get to that one. Okay. That'll do it for today. I'm going to go off and start my day. And in tonight's show, right now it is 8 o'clock a.m. Tonight's show will be at 5 o'clock p.m.-ish or maybe 5:30, somewhere in that area. I don't know exactly. I'll go over these 4 to 5 cryptos with you, and I'll see y'all in that night show.